that LeBron James, according to our senior insider Adrian Wojnarowski, has agreed to a contract extension to stay in Los Angeles.
A 2-year extension, $97 million. Could be worth up to $111 million if the cap goes up in 23-24.
There's been a lot of questions surrounding the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. What's going to happen with Russell Westbrook? What was going to happen with their head coach earlier before they got Darvin Ham? How are they going to make the most out of LeBron James's final season, potentially with the Los Angeles Lakers? Because at the time, it didn't seem like LeBron was willing to commit to the Lakers any further. But it seems like a few things have changed. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. If you want shorter versions of this content, make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at TheFlightMike for both. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. This video is sponsored by Manscaped.com, the global leader in men's grooming tools and hygiene solutions. You see, gentlemen, grooming's come a long way over the past couple of years, and Manscaped has created the ultimate grooming kit for the modern man. Introducing the Platinum Package 4.0 by Manscaped. The best thing you can do to set yourself up for success, especially with the ladies, is to have a strong shower game. But you don't want a strong shower game to take up too much of your time, which is why I highly recommend Manscaped's 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Manscaped's body wash and 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner has helped me cut my shower time in half. It's made with all natural hydrating ingredients that's dye-free, vegan, paraben-free, and cruelty-free. Once you're done with your shower for your underarms, hit the Manscaped aluminum-free stick deodorant. But don't forget the other smelly part of your body, because Manscaped also provides you a crop preserver, which is deodorant for your balls. Dude, this has completely changed my life. You know how much of an edge you have whenever your balls smell good and other men's don't? You'll see an instant boon to your dating game, I promise that. And at the very worst, your wife will love it. Your bathroom tool shed includes the essentials like the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Weed Whacker Nose Plus Ear Hair Trimmer. These trimmers are built smart, they're waterproof, cordless, and made with skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks and cuts. And when you opt into the Peak Hygiene plan, you get all of these replenishments sent straight to your door, hassle-free. Manscaped's also hooking you up with an incredible travel bag and a pair of Manscaped's anti-chafing boxer briefs. And you can get yourself 20% off plus free international shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use my promo code FLIGHT. That's promo code FLIGHT for 20% off and free international shipping. And thank you, Manscaped, for today's sponsorship. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It has been a very strange offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers in the sense that they fired Frank Vogel primarily because it seemed like Russell Westbrook may have had something to do with that, or it was the fact that LeBron James or the entire Lakers team didn't really like the way he was going about his rotations. And then following that, they kind of seemed to be lukewarm in regards to what Russell Westbrook's status with the team is. One second, they're reaffirming their commitment to Russell Westbrook, and you're hearing their brand new head coach Darvin Ham saying that with a few adjustments to Russell Westbrook's role, he could definitely be a focal point and a main contributor to a Los Angeles Lakers championship run. At the same time, when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers roster and their offseason acquisitions, it's not necessarily a team that strikes fear into the hearts of teams like the Golden State Warriors, the Los Angeles Clippers, hell, even the Memphis Grizzlies, and especially the Phoenix Suns are not afraid of the Los Angeles Lakers. How could you be, considering how the makeup of this roster was? But even further than that, there are two major storylines in regards to the Los Angeles Lakers this offseason. The first is whether or not they're going to be able to trade Russell Westbrook, which is still something that we're keeping an eye on up until this point. It seems like there hasn't been a lot of momentum recently, but momentum is expected to ramp up as training camps begin, potentially for a Kyrie Irving trade, depending on whether or not Kevin Durant gets traded from the Brooklyn Nets. We might see Kyrie Irving getting traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Lakers for a package surrounding Russell Westbrook and potentially 2 first-round picks. And the other one was a little bit more strange. LeBron James, what's his future going to look like? I mean, first of all, no one thought LeBron was going to be this good for this long. The fact that he was able to stay this consistently good, even having a better season this past year during his age 37 season than he did 10 years ago during his age 27 season, season, what is his future going to look like? Is he going to return to the Los Angeles Lakers? Is he going to try to be a free agent just so he could potentially sign on with whatever team decides to draft Bronny? What is LeBron's future with the Lakers, considering all of the things that have been going down behind the scenes recently? Well, the answer to that question was finally given to us, as according to Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Charania, four-time NBA champion LeBron James has agreed to a 2-year, $97.1 million maximum contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, taking him under contract through the 2024 to 2025 season. So it's important to note, Woj mentions this, Shams doesn't as much, that Lakers star LeBron James agreed on a 2-year, $97.1 million contract extension, including a player option for the 2024 to 2025 season. CEO Rich Paul tells ESPN LeBron had been entering the final year of his deal worth $44.5 million. This is substantial news because finally the Los Angeles Lakers get some clarity in regards to their future. Now they could kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, we don't mind trading some future first round picks so we can make the most out of LeBron James's final good years with the Los Angeles Lakers. They could put this potential distraction behind them, but take a look at how much money LeBron could potentially make here. Because according to Woj, the deal can increase to $11 million if the salary cap in 2023 to 2024 rises to a substantially higher number. This kind of reminds me of Patrick Mahomes' contract in the NFL, because that's also like a 10-year contract, but as the salary cap gets higher, he gets paid as such. So let's get down to this, man. Obviously, it's important because the Los Angeles Lakers, they know what their future is going to look like. They know that they need to do whatever it takes to potentially build a contender around LeBron James over the next 2 years. I'm going to be honest, the state of the Lakers now, and I'm saying this as a Laker fan, doesn't seem like a team that's ready to contend for a championship. There's definitely some moves that need to be made in order to get them there. Hopefully, we could see a Russell Westbrook trade within the next month or so, because I don't know how you could build around a big three and allocate 70% of your cap space to that big three, surround them with a bunch of role players, which respectfully don't really look like they're an improvement over last year's role players. I mean, yes, you get yourself more shooting, but I would say if they are better, it's a marginal improvement at best. And something had to have happened in order for LeBron to commit to the Lakers even further. But what's also interesting is this gives LeBron James an opportunity to either, if something horrible happens, say if, and hopefully this doesn't happen, I would never want this to happen, say if he tore his Achilles or tore his ACL, well, he still has a nice near $50 million player option that he could opt into with the Los Angeles Lakers. Not that he really needs the money at this point. At the same time, he has the opportunity to opt out during the 2024 to 2025 season and join whatever team Bronny James gets drafted to. So let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously, if you're a Laker fan, you're very happy about this. You should be celebrating this because it definitely solves one of the questions that we all had. What is LeBron's future going to look like? We now know. It seems like he's going to finish his career out with the Lakers or the next 2 seasons with the Lakers, and then after those 2 seasons, hop on whatever team that drafts Bronny. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.